What's up, you guys? Welcome to Fightful. I'm Sean Ross Sapp. It is February 23rd, 2026. We have your WWE Raw post show, and boy, was it a stinker. Real bad show tonight. Things that mattered occurred. There were some forces that kind of took place that prevented this from being a good show. But my God, what an absolute stinker this show was, all things considered. Woof. Not good. Needed a bit of a boost. Needed a little bit of something to keep it going, right? Too many ad breaks, unlike us, but I know something that could keep it going. Mars Men. Hold on. Where's the ticker? Where is it? Where's the scroll? Here we go. Mars Men, our wonderful sponsor. You know, as you get older, things aren't as easy anymore. People barely talk about it, but it has to be said. It'll hit you like a brick wall in your 30s. Same workout, same diet, but it feels like you're kind of moving through the mud. Nobody tells you about that stuff. One day you're crushing it. Next day you're wondering why everything feels twice as hard. Men start losing testosterone around age 30, and about 1% every year after that is the decrease. When that new year hits, you try to feel like a reset, right? You want to feel energized. Mars Men is how you do that. It helps your body unlock usable testosterone so you can feel like yourself again. Helps you out in the gym big time. I've been using it when I've been in the gym as well. Helps you stay more consistent, gives you natural energy, gives you that physical performance and recovery in the gym, supports T levels, energy, and stamina with their 8 natural clinically dosed ingredients made in the USA and third-party tested with a 90-day money-back guarantee. But over 91% of their users report higher energy levels. For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengomars.com. I stumbled over myself there. I was so excited to tell you guys this instead of talking about Raw. Mars.com. It's a perfect way to kick off the new year strong. That's mengomars.com for 50% off, 3 free gifts at checkout. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Tell them Fightful. As I stumbled over that, it was mengomars.com. And I would have much rather been on Mars than watching this episode of WWE Raw this evening. And you can be with mengomars.com. We're going to start off with the thing that you guys want to talk about, AJ Styles. AJ Styles pops up. They had a lot of people showing up. The Good Brothers are backstage. That's cool to see. They didn't show him on TV, but my dude Air Paris, who was AJ Styles' original tag team partner, he showed up. You had Omos there. You had Jeremy Borash there. You had Bobby Roode there. You had all kinds of people there. Lots of people showing up. Abyss. I love that Abyss showed up there. I thought that was great. First time we've seen him in that costume in ages, right? Like, just an incredible cast of people. That Jeremy Borash was there, right? Lots of great people were there. I care about this more than I care about Jermaine Dupri or Bow Wow in the first row. By the way, why didn't Jade Cargill put the boots to Bow Wow? Why didn't that happen? Where's the continuity there across companies? Wrestling history should be everyone's history, right? Didn't happen. In fact, we didn't really see any of those people outside of them just interacting backstage. Petey Williams was there as well. But it was good to, at least see them pop up. It made it feel like everybody cared about AJ, which is nice. Glad that they did that. I did expect to see some more integration. Like Offset did more on this show. than some of these guys did. And I was like, damn. All right, then. If that's how it's going to be, I guess that's how it's going to be. Let me tell you the highlight, though. There was a goddamn Creed video on this show. I am all in favor of Creed videos making their way back to the pro wrestling lexicon, so to speak. This is something that we need. We need more Creed in pro wrestling. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. By the way, guys, send in your super chat, send in your humper chats. I would greatly appreciate that. Holy shit. Sign me up for Creed. I'm tired. I was always tired of the Creed disrespect. If there's one thing that saved this from being an all-time bad show for me, Creed. Creed was enough for me. I'm here for Creed. Brought the show a little bit higher. Well, AJ Styles comes out. His family's front row, besides one of his sons, says, got the best wife in the world. Want to be a full-time father. Have wanted that for a long time. And there's a lot of great things that I was able to accomplish, but none of them would be possible without his wife, he said. He goes, a lot of people talked about how I didn't leave my gloves in the ring. He says, there's a reason for that. I'm a man of my word, and I wanted to bring them here to Atlanta and leave them here at home. Certainly indicating that he would not be wrestling again. Now, AJ himself, in those discussions, like he said, I think everybody gets like one, right? Like everybody gets at least one where they can come out of retirement type of thing. Like he didn't completely shut the door. And you boys at FightfulSelect.com, please support original reporting. Today you had some really dumbass rumors about Vince McMahon and the Saudis buying WWE, which absolutely isn't true. Please support things like FightfulSelect.com to help debunk shit like that. But we had reported back in the fall that AJ's deal was going into February. Now, he may have signed or done something additionally following that, but that's pretty well where his deal went. And I know that there's a lot of people that are like, oh, why don't they do the retirements at WrestleMania? I think John Cena was kind of right. I do think it's a little selfish to retire at WrestleMania and wrap up then, when there's so many other things going on and people that are trying to get onto the show. Like it's more selfish to do it then, but you get more of a highlight when you do it elsewhere. So AJ leaves his gloves and his jacket in the ring, and then Undertaker comes out to American Badass. And he says, we've got unfinished business. And I got to be honest, in that moment, I go, oh shit, they're doing a second Boneyard match. And listen, would I have been fine with that? Yeah, I would have been fine with that. Of course, I would have been fine with that. That would have been dope. I would have watched the hell out of that. I was like, they're running it back. That's going to be AJ's last match too. Both of them. One more time. And the Good Brothers are there to be the heaters. Let's do it. Now it's a Hall of Fame induction, which is, WWE, definitely WWE's way to be like, don't start that AEW run for at least 2 months if you change your mind, buddy. Of course, AJ Styles deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. AJ Styles deserves to be a WrestleMania a Hall of Fame headliner. Happy for him. He looked very happy as well. He celebrated with his family, but damn, man. Anybody else? Am I the only one that thought the Undertaker was about to be like Boneyard 2? Boy, I would have been real excited to see the Undertaker then. One of my friends sent me a message and says, Undertaker needs a job. It's like, he's got one. He's got one. Oh, man. But tribute video was really great. The speech was good. Kind of wanted the Boneyard match out of that. We didn't get it. Godspeed, AJ Styles. Leave a thumbs up on this video, guys. I dropped an interview today on youtube.com/Fightful that nobody else will ever get. It's an interview with Trish, Blake Monroe, and Xavier Woods. I've got an interview with Rocky Romero dropping this week. I had one with Ben Bishop last week. We're going to have a lot. We're going to have like 2 interviews a week for the next month or so. But lots of great stuff. I was at 2K Creator Fest. Just a lot of great stuff going on there that we enjoyed covering. Exhausting day, lasted forever, but I appreciate the invite from 2K there as well. But man, we had Official Flame Inc. says, I think I'm done watching wrestling after 35 years. Is that in response to AJ or just the quality? Dave Koss says, I'm in a goddamn puddle, Sean. AJ is everything that's right about pro wrestling all over the world. Decades of greatness. Couldn't be happier for him. Yeah, I don't really know a wrestling landscape that I've covered without AJ. AJ has been on my TV screen literally since I was a child, man. And it's going to be weird considering that he never had like a dip in quality of his in-ring. He's always been a good wrestler from the moment I saw him in WCW up until now. I've watched this guy for 26 years. And he's done an incredible job and had just a perfect career. Tim says, congrats, AJ. Sucks for Bronson Reed. 3 of 5 Vision members are out. We will talk about that momentarily. But just another Vic says, I got a need for Creed. Don't we all? There's more Creed in pro wrestling. DNC Digital says, I think it says so much about TNA's history, and most of the producers who work backstage in WWE were a part of that very same roster. Petey Williams, Bobby Roode, Abyss. There's a lot of TNA influence in WWE. And a whole lot of ROH influence in AEW, right? Like, DNC Digital says, hope Abyss didn't produce a segment, ran kind of long. Oh, could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine him in his full Abyss costume being like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh no. He's such a wonderful guy. Dave Koss says, they couldn't do Boneyard 2 cinematically in a stadium that needs sales, Sean. Those boys that will limp their way out there for a 6-minute match. You know what they could have done? They could have like shown it in parts in between matches to the live crowd. You know what? You want to do Boneyard match 2? Produce it and say the way that you'll get to watch this is while everybody else is watching commercials, you at the stadium get to watch Boneyard match 2 instead. That's what I think they should have done. That'll put some asses in seats. Because right now, like I saw so many weird talking points this week about WrestleMania watch parties and my gosh. And so he says some BS SRS. I know. It's a total ticket ploy. But like they're shutting down these watch parties and they sold like 15,000 for Elimination Chamber, which is a great number. But they're shutting down local watch parties to help move tickets as well. There was some absolute dipshit that says, Sean's only worried about that comps for his friends. I don't get comps for my friends. I don't go to WrestleMania. I've never been to WrestleMania. I watch that shit from home. I would rather watch it at Stadium Swim at Circa Mania. I would rather watch it there, where you can also go Wednesday night, see the very talented Naomi Rosenblum and her art show. You can go Thursday, see the great Chris Van Vliet and his show. You can go Friday, see Denise Salcedo. Do all kinds of watch parties. I'm going to be running around there with a microphone, putting it in everybody's face. What up? Listen, worst case scenario, I'll watch it at Circa Mania in my hotel room. I ain't going to Mania. No shot at WWE. I just ain't going. Ain't going. Gunther comes out, gets attacked by Dragon Lee. I like this. I mean, this is going to be a Raw program, obviously. Dragon Lee attacking on behalf of his good friend AJ Styles. This I didn't much mind. This was fine. But I like seeing this very aggressive side of Dragon Lee. Like, I really enjoy that. I think that's something that we need to see more of. And I think that really helped out here with the direction that they were going. Because, I mean, listen, Gunther's made. He's going to continue to do what he does. I'm interested in whatever it is that his WrestleMania program is going to be. What do you guys think it's going to be? Because I think Randy Orton makes a lot of sense, right? Like, to me, you got to go that route. You got to go Randy Orton, legend killer versus career killer. That's what I'm thinking. Because somebody says Gunther wins Battle Royal at Mania. That ain't happening. Official Flame Inc. says, I'm tired of all the fan BS and the lack of quality. You have to like this or like that, and fans are being tribal and rabid at times. I'm just tired. Man, like when I go on these trips and I'm just interacting with people directly, and then I get online and I see just some of the bullshit, I'm like, I'll just stick to Discord, man, our Fightful Select Discord. Please subscribe. But it's just so much more positive and like less toxic there. Ever the superhero, Hurricane got him out of the ring. Yes, he did. D'Lo Diggs says the shutdown on watch parties is very alarming because TKO makes them look very desperate. Also, that segment maybe not okay, but happy. So many tears. It was a very emotional segment, D'Lo. It was sort of a farewell, but now we'll get another farewell with AJ. I don't usually watch the Hall of Fame, but I will absolutely watch AJ's speech for sure. 1,000,000%. I will do that. Because listen, I don't know that somebody that has spanned that long, whose work that I liked for such a long distance, you know what I mean? Like throughout the full duration, so to speak. Ryan says Gunther versus either Orton or Rey Mysterio. Ooh, I like that. See, there's a lot of people that Gunther's going to be able to retire over the next few years, right? Like, there's going to be a lot of people whose careers are up right now. Sheamus is like, how many years is he going to have left in there? Who knows? I know one thing. If you want to make some money, go to our friends at MyBookie. If you head over to MyBookie AG on any given day, here's what you're going to see. Up to $500 bet back bonus for new customers, a 150% casino bonus up to $750, the ability to bet with Bitcoin, table games, live casinos, slots games, and the ability to bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. And you can do that with a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200 with the link in our description below. No matter what sports season it is, or if it's pro wrestling season, you can bet on pro wrestling at MyBookie AG. Maybe esports is your thing. Maybe you want to bet on some entertainment. Maybe horse racing is your bag. All of it at MyBookie AG. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. If you need it, they've got a great support system there as well. But check out MyBookie AG, where you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. Lines are not up yet for Elimination Chamber, but they will be this week. The official odds provider of Fightful.com, and I will be doing my preview and prediction show this week exclusively on FightfulSelect.com. So please go over to my bookie. Your boy hit on 6 out of his 7 Super Bowl bets. Swaron says, sorry if this has already been talked about. What are your thoughts on Hangman going for the Cody stipulation? If you were the booker, if Hangman loses, how would you book him going forward? I don't like that stipulation, but MJF made it pretty clear they have to agree on the stipulation in order for it to go forward. He explained this on Twitter. This is how Raw has me. It has me yawning. I don't yawn on these shows, guys. Damn, man. But anyway, he could always do the heel thing and then renege on the stipulation. It's just a weird thing to back yourself into, right? You could also do a thing where he wins it back, where he wins the ability to challenge for it back from MJF with a rubber match at some point. But I would like it to be the Texas Death Match, and then Hangman actually finally loses the Texas Death. Backstage, Javon Evans is hanging out with Offset. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are backstage. So Xavier did not have his sling on at the 2K event. You can see it in our interview that we had. But he had said pretty publicly that he's going to do like physical therapy on the show. Or on his shoulder, rather. So Javon Evans is like, all right, if you got that much of a problem, let's fight tonight. Let's do that. Kofi's like, all right, let's go. And you still got Grayson Waller running around with New Day. The match was what it was. You had Offset out there, and Offset got involved, leading to a distraction where Javon Evans wins. You know Javon Evans is going to end up winning this match. Saw that from a million miles away, right? Like, Grayson Waller called him set off. That's good. That's good. You also had Jermaine Dupri, Bow Wow, front row. I think Brandon Phillips was there too, right? Like Jade's husband, legendary Cincinnati Reds player. So there were quite a few people like running around and there. But Offset, Javon was just selling his ankle, from what I believe, by the way. But Offset did a distraction, and I don't know why Javon needed that, but it's the way to, try to get a little bit of publicity. I don't hate it, I guess, all things considered. Kofi Kingston should be able to beat Javon Evans. Not like easily or anything. It should be competitive. But, as a babyface, you shouldn't necessarily want Javon Evans needing help. But Ryan says, SRS with Inamura being included in the 2K game, do you think they thought they'd keep him or part of the Noah deal? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it'd be like a different set of deals for that. I think that he's got the ability to make that deal. That's what I believe. I'll look into it, but yeah, definitely if they put him in the game, they definitely thought he would be more of a part of it. Oh boy. Elimination Chamber qualifier. Jey Uso wins and moves on. Dave Koss says it. No group has ever been more doomed than the Vision. Well, unfortunately, Bronson Reed appears to have injured his bicep. WrestleVotes, who is on our wonderful Fightful Select platform, they did a Q&A show today. They do a show every every Thursday as well. Please subscribe and check them out. Great prices on that. Unfortunately, medical had to check on him. He was taken out of the match. He did not return. This group is dead in the water. Seth Rollins gets hurt. He got fake hurt. They had to make up for it. He got real hurt. They had to turn on him. Braun Breaker got a hernia. Who knows how long he'll be out. Bronson Reed, if he's leaving a match, it's bad. If he's leaving a match, if Bronson Reed can't return to a match, it's bad. So what, you're going to have just Logan Paul and Austin Theory? Oh, good luck. I do think this helps ascend Logan Paul up the card. I think he wins Money in the Bank this year. But, man, this is an absolutely cursed group. The formation of the group didn't make sense. It was cool to kind of see it, I guess. Like, oh my God, there's Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. But the more that you think about the group, why on earth would Bronson Reed join Seth Rollins? What does he need Seth Rollins for? He was whipping Seth Rollins' ass all the time. Why did Braun Breaker need to join the group? Paul Heyman would have taken him anyway, right? Like, he was ready to ascend. It just delayed Braun Breaker for a full year. Braun Breaker was ready to step up and be a main event guy. And instead, they're just like, nah, I can't do that. Let's pump the brakes on him. I don't understand it. He already did his year. Like, sometimes you need to let people know that somebody is a guy that they need to be focused on. And Braun Breaker certainly seemed like that guy. And Dave Koss says, if you believe in karma, the fake Rollins injury for an Unreal episode moment at SummerSlam is all you need to know. Karma is very real. Well, I mean, I don't want to celebrate or wish injury on anybody. And I know it's not what you're doing, Dave, but I also don't want to make it seem like karma or anything like that. It's a wrestling angle. It's okay. Like, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to try to fool us. Now, going on their TV show and lying about what we reported is pretty insane. I don't like that. I talked to people at Netflix. I talked to people in WWE about that. I'm like, you didn't get one of our goddamn headlines about it, because the way that we always worded it was being treated as real. This is the reaction backstage. He's on a crutch, not this is the official diagnosis, because we didn't have, like, that's, they certainly acted like it worked on everybody. But I don't want anybody to get injured because of that. That's on producers and shit like that. Just the bolt-on members of the Vision left is wild. It really is. Fid McAwesome, by the way, who dropped a number of interviews, Kyle Fletcher and the Babes of Wrath, along with Down Under the Ring on Fightful. But yeah, KE775 says, feels like Elimination Chamber is pivotal to getting WWE back on track. They need a jolt badly. They really do. They really do. And it sucks because right now they have got an awful lot of injuries. Well, let me see. Because it feels like a whole lot of people are banged up right now. Of course, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Naomi's on maternity leave. Sheamus and Xavier, obviously, although older talent. Roxanne Perez has been sidelined. Kevin Owens obviously has been hurt for a year. Chelsea got sidelined. Bianca is out. It's rough, man. It is rough. Dave Koss says, Reed was clearly supposed to get the win. to get a heel in the chamber, but it was fun to watch Jay Gable ref work an improvised finish. I dig that stuff. Yeah. So they ended up going into that. Jay did his really terrible dive, but Grande got his knees up on the Uso splash, but the second one got it done. And Jay Uso was in this thing, and boy, it is rough sailing there. It is rough sailing to have to navigate those waters and then go 5 babyface deep. And then at least 4 of those baby faces got to lose because you got Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Jay Uso there. Noise says you're ready to run back the Yeats in the chamber. He ain't winning that chamber, buddy. This week on Fightful Select, though, I'll have my predictions and preview show and a new episode of SRS 10. You might go, what the hell is SRS 10? Well, it is my show where I watch along with a match I've rated 10 out of 10, and I try to get some stories about it as well. I'm told Air Paris was actually in the ring at the end of WWE Raw and hugging AJ Styles, which is very cool. Sorry, I was getting a phone call from the venue, and I was like, oh, I can't take that. Liv Morgan comes out, makes her WrestleMania 42 decision. Jade Cargill is there. Liv then first confronted Jade Cargill. And then blasted Stephanie with the microphone. Raquel told Liv tonight would be easy later on, and JD apologized to Finn for being a hothead backstage, but that's the other Judgment Day happenings. But I mean, I think we all saw where this was going. This could have been an email. I'm glad they made it a moment, but we knew from last week that that's what this is going to be. And Stephanie gets beaten up. I don't know what I'm supposed to say about this. Like, Liv basically repeated in English Stephanie's very good promo about how Liv had a lot at her disposal, which is great, by the way. It was really good promo, but Liv kind of repeated that for people who didn't see it. Fine. All right. Took it to heart. Now she did that. So all this and Adam Pearce will open the box at Elimination Chamber. So we're going to find out what that is about. What do y'all think is in the box? What we got in the box? What am I going to be talking about Saturday on this post show about this goddamn box? Surely it ain't going to be dude wipes. Surely it can't be a person, can it? Maybe an item? It's not going to be Jericho. Jericho's under. It's not going to be Anna Jay. Somebody says Anna Jay. Somebody goes, Andrade is back. Oh, it's just a stack of his contracts. A smaller box that says do not open till WrestleMania. It's kind of funny. All the shirts they made for New Orleans Mania. These are some good answers. A statue. I could see it being a statue and them thinking that was a thing. David Finlay. It's not going to be David Finlay. Sabrina says it'll be her ass. Okay. All right. A Triple H statue. This would be Triple H. Are you ready for a new era of boxes? I guess that'll be it. Fuck. Pardon my language. All right. CM Punk shows up in a NASCAR. The one that won was the Daytona 500. Michael Jordan's card that he owns. He said that he doesn't like to live in a world of what ifs and says that he promises to win at Chamber and walk into the main event of Mania. I really do think there is a possibility that Finn Balor wins this title. And there's a couple of reasons. One, it would be more interesting along the way to Mania. And two, it makes no goddamn sense for him to win that match because he doesn't win matches in a singles capacity. So that's why they'll probably do it. But also, I think that actually leads to some intriguing promos. And CM Punk has to kind of race against time in order to get that championship back. This is something I spoke with Brian Zane on the Hump last week. By the way, we have Sancho West this week. And I believe we have AJ Francis on next week. And then Denise Salcedo the week after that. Loaded slate of talent for the Hump coming up. But CM Punk says he didn't want to live in a world of what ifs, and he's like, you know, what if Roman Reigns was here? And people got excited, and he goes, well, he's not, because he doesn't show up to work. And people booed, and he's like, well, don't boo me, because I do show up to work. I got boots on the ground. I'm here. And I'm like, you know, Becky did just have to cut a promo because your wife wasn't there as well. Which that's the deal that she worked. I can't hate on it. I can't be bothered by it. It is what it is. But I just knew that it would be a lot of this until Roman Reigns ends up popping up. And I think we're going to get some Roman Reigns, you couldn't even beat Finn Balor type of promos here. So at least there's that to look forward to, I guess. Elliot says, really curious what the Raw and SmackDown Tag Championship matches will be like for Mania this year. I bet the people that hold those titles are also very curious as to what those Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship matches are going to be like for this year's WrestleMania. Because I bet they don't have a clue. I'm willing to bet that WWE probably doesn't have a clue. I bet nobody there has a clue. Saturday night's main event, is there one scheduled? Let me look. Is there like one in March that I can't remember? Because if there is, I don't remember it because that Peacock deal coming up soon, right? Don't think there is. Maybe for a big Raw or something. MSG Raw is what Jay Grell says. I'm with you there. A reminder, guys, I'm on Facebook at Sean Ross Sapp. I am now on TikTok at Sean Ross Sapp Doesn't TikTok. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, there's that too. But I don't post a lot of wrestling stuff there. But got to plug these things. Got to plug them. Go like us on Facebook, where we're always posting cool stuff over there. This should have been an audible. Nattie beats Maxxine Dupri via like a ref stoppage where she kicks Maxxine into the ring post and then attacks her. And considering the Bronson Reed thing happened right before this, I would have went out there and said, guys, here's what we're going to do. You guys go out, go to a double count out, brawl to the back. Just do that instead. Let's not do another injury angle immediately after. And then you can do this same angle like the next week. Now, hold on. Trying to get into this Nattie character. What is the difference with who she is before and who she is now? Now, I'm going to treat this in good faith. But this is one of the most bad faith things I've ever seen. What is the difference between Nattie doing this backstage and actually being aggressive? There's a significant difference. It's a complete character shift. In drive and determination and seriousness and all that, like it's a complete difference That's like when people say Ricochet's doing the same thing he was doing in WWE. No, he's not. No, he's not. I appreciate you, Ace Shock, but I can't get with you on that one, buddy. This should have been pushed to next week. They should have brawled to the back. They should have called an audible on that for sure. You can call an audible on paying for ESPN Plus, Unlimited, whatever that may be, paying full price for pay-per-views. If you're outside the country and you want to get UFC pay-per-views at a reduced rate, that's helpful too. NordVPN.com/Fightful. It is your Swiss Army knife for the internet, my friends. At the very basic tier at NordVPN.com/Fightful, you're able to change your virtual location with just one click and get access to all of WWE's content via Netflix. That is the very basic $2.91 a month on average tier. It goes all the way up to $6.33 a month, where you get scam call protection, email, credit card, and ID monitoring. You get a $50 Amazon gift card as well, ad tracker or ad blocker, tracker blocker, password manager, you get cloud storage, anti-malware, all that. And how about this? 30-day money-back guarantee. So maybe you just want to try it for Elimination Chamber or for Mania or something like that. You can get your money back if for some reason you don't like it, but you will. There's a big deal. You get 4 extra months free, works on all your devices, all your operating systems. If you're here and you use a VPN, especially NordVPN, let us know in the chat right now. Get that Threat Protection Pro, get that MeshNet, that data breach scanner, that very fast connection at NordVPN.com/Fightful. Also, Cody Rhodes got in Gunther's face. I forgot to mention that. It feels like it was fairly important. Says Kingslayer says Cody looks so much better on Raw. Not sure what it is, but he needs to be on Raw and Roman on SmackDown. Well, I mean, Roman's never there, so what's the point? Roman's just never there. So to say, oh, well, I don't understand. He's effectively a free agent. Roman will just go wherever he wants to go. But I do think that Cody should be on Raw, yes. I would switch CM Punk to SmackDown. D. Burns, you are literally the only one that has issues with Nord on the Rumble. You're the only one that has ever said it here. Nobody has problems with that. NordVPN rules. Brock Lesnar comes out. He wants a challenger. Paul Heyman says it, though. They said that will be the main event. Whoever gets their ass kicked by Brock Lesnar. Nobody gave a shit about this. Nobody gave a shit about this. Yeah, Janelle Grant finally speaking publicly for the first time last week, really highlighting a lot of the things that she went through and experienced and how WWE made an effort to get her to like kind of go along with it as recently as last year. I encourage everybody to go watch that. But Dave Koss says, can't believe Brock is working that many dates. They're going to stretch it all the way to April with fans chanting Oba in his face every night. Laugh, then hit LA Knight's music. Yeah. Absolutely. It should be Oba, and then Oba should win. But if it ends up being LA Knight, I like LA Knight. I think LA Knight should get a big Mania match. But I don't know if this is the best option for that. Luis keeps putting Liv picking Vaquer on our rundown, and I have already covered that, Luis. But yeah, Brock's working like how many dates? He's working a number of them. Let's see. He's working. Actually, I didn't put it over there. By God, we'll check it right now. How about that one? He is working, March 16th, San Antonio, March 23rd, Boston, March 30th, New York City, March 6th, Houston, April 13th, Sacramento. So he will be working 5 consecutive shows. So they will spend the next 3 weeks pretending like nobody wants to face Brock Lesnar. All right. The remaining thing on the show was Raquel winning a women's elimination chamber match to get added to the chamber. It was fine. This was a completely missable WWE Raw, despite things happening, despite 2 elimination chamber qualifiers, despite the AJ send-off. This was just one of the most missable Raws. It was cool to see people pop up and go, oh my God, look who it is. Look who it is. It was nice to have the AJ Styles send-off. It was cool to see Kairi and Io unintentionally teaming up briefly. There's some cool spots in the matches. I like that Raquel won, by the way. And Pile Driver Finisher mentions that she's progressed subtly, not leaps and bounds. Yeah, it has been weekly incremental. She's doing great. She has been one of the most improved wrestlers over the last year. Also, Creed ruled. I love seeing Creed. That made me very happy. Hell yeah, that was dope. But by God. What more is there to talk about on WWE Raw tonight? Ain't shit. Sad state of affairs, but Fightful's going to have plenty of stuff. Beyond the Bell tomorrow, WrestleVotes Radio this Thursday on Select. My Q&A show dropped yesterday. Their Q&A show dropped today on Select. My SRS 10 show this week. You're loaded on Fightful Select this week. You got a Sour Graps review over on Fightful Select right now. Just spend the money. Get FightfulSelect.com. Do you like The Departed? Then you would love Fightful Select. Do you enjoy Breaking Bad or The Wire? You would love Fightful Select. Please join me WrestleMania week. Circa Mania. I am so excited. Circa Las Vegas, off the Strip. I am just really, really pumped for that. It's April 15th to 20th in Las Vegas. That's where I'm staying. That's where I'm hanging out. I'm very excited to be off the Strip. But there's going to be live shows at the Galaxy Ballroom. It's going to be a live gallery recording studio for creators to showcase their craft to the audiences. But Wednesday night, a show I'm very excited for, Art of the Bout with Naomi Rosenblum. I got to see her incredible work at WrestleCade, but she's a contemporary artist that has insanely blown up on Facebook over the last 2 weeks. She had a post of her Hardy's painting that on mobile had over 105,000 likes on it. Has absolutely blown up. I believe it's going to be a free art show. There's going to be a lot of wrestlers coming by, a lot of other people. Come check that out. On Thursday, Insight with Chris Van Vliet. He's doing a live podcast at about 6:30 p.m. local time. Then on Friday in the morning, Wrestling Observer Live will be there. Then in the afternoon, Denise Salcedo is there. She's got Shotzi chilling with her, hanging out, doing all that. I will be reporting from on the scene. I'll be talking to Denise. I'll be talking to Naomi. I'll be talking to Chris and a lot of the wrestlers that pop up there. I'll be bringing you all pictures, videos, all kinds of cool stuff from the Circa area. Just hanging out. On the scene. Am I seeing any wrestling shows Mania week? Yes, I am planning on going to Joey Janela spring break at the very least. And our friend Throwback, happy birthday to him. He says, I haven't been on in a minute. Just wanted to stop and say, everybody, it's my birthday. I'll be 45. Oh my gosh. Says 45. Oh, Well, glad we got you here before it's too late, Throwback. He says, it's been busy because I've been taking care of the future Fightful champion. Call back to ones that know. That's his little one. Very proud of you, my friend. Says, I got to see AJ at War Games. Boston, thank you. Well, first off, happy birthday to our good friend, Throwback. Love that fella. Miss you, buddy. Sending you all the love. Sending your family all the love, too. Birthday week. Happy birthday week, Throwback. My good friend. Miss you, buddy. Until next time, guys, we're out. Well, let's say, did he sign a new deal? Please say it isn't so. I have not heard this yet, Shadow. I have not heard that he has signed a new deal. Meaning AJ. I'll work on it. I will work on it for you, buddy. Until next time.